Most language learners absolutely hate writing as it is boring and requires a tremendous amount of brain activity that result in the fine motor skills needed to put pencil to paper. It, however, is the most important aspects of learning a language, and it will stick with you long after you have lost the ability to speak and fully comprehend a language. But, why is writing so important, and can we hack our way to English fluency through writing? Let's be clear here, when we say writing, we are talking about putting pencil to paper, not thumbing out messages on a smartphone or even typing on a PC. Yes, if you want to improve your language learning, specifically your grammar in speech and writing, you will need to put a pencil on paper like a school kid. There is no shame in this, as you won't be required to write long ballads of lyrical poetry, nor will you need to set aside substantial amounts of time. When people study a second or third language, their goal is usually just to speak it. One cannot gain fluency in a language working on just one skill, as speaking, reading, writing, and listening skills will be necessary to reach a high level of fluency, regardless of how one hopes to use the language. Writing assists in shaping one's understanding of the structure of a language, organize their thoughts in a language, create something in a language by themselves. Nearly every job that can't be done by a computer or a machine requires communication. In fact, it is the one skill that humans still may do better than AI. Most people around the world need to use English on a daily basis at work to read and reply to emails, to converse in meetings, and to give presentations. Globalization is here to stay, and not only do we need to be willing to migrate for resources, but have to be willing to communicate. Writing with pencil and paper is a hack for language learning as it activates nearly all parts of your brain. The neuroconnections made during this period are stronger than when engaging in reading, speaking, or listening tasks. We recommend going old school and using a pencil and paper, as research has repeatedly shown that handwriting engages the brain far more than typing. The act of typing will improve your writing skills and activates more areas in your brain than reading, speaking, and listening. But when you handwrite something, the controlled movements required to hold a pencil activate the brain at a much higher level, which strengthens the neuroconnections related to memory storage. Thus, handwriting in a second language is a must if you are hoping to improve all of your language skills, and it is one of the best ways to use your time in studying a second language. Thanks for joining us on our journey, and we hope that the points made in this video can be used by you to achieve success academically, on standardized tests, and professionally. If you have any further questions, please follow the links in this video's description, and please take some time to check out the other videos that we have put together about English language learning. Please like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate your support, and as always, we wish you the best of luck.